Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So I have been getting a lot of questions recently from you guys asking me whether or not France is a good country for higher education, or messages saying that you're in the middle of deciding whether or not coming to France would be a good option for you for higher education. So I thought that I would share my opinion on this topic. So this video is going to be a pros and cons of studying in France based on my own opinion, experience, observation, and research. Just before we start, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video if you feel like it. I really appreciate it. And yeah, without further ado, let's start. So the first pro of studying in France is definitely the affordable education that France has to offer. In France, tuition fees are relatively low because the government assumes a large share of that cost. For example, if you are a European student, you will only have to pay around 200 euros per school year, which is beyond affordable. I actually talk about the exact tuition fees based on your nationality in my video about how I got into Sorbonne. So if you haven't seen that video yet, make sure to check it out. Also, please note that you will have to pay a higher tuition fee if you are an international student outside of Europe. Also, private institutions do cost a little bit more, but I talk about all of that in detail in that video that I've just mentioned, so make sure to check it out. Okay, so the first con of studying in France is probably the language barrier. Even though in certain universities more and more courses are becoming available in English as well, French is still the dominant language in the higher education world. Obviously, because we are in France, the majority of courses are still taught in French, which could be a problem if you don't speak the language at all. Also, from what I have noticed, in a lot of cases, only a handful of private institutions offer that one distinct, very popular English course that everybody wants to go to. And obviously, private institutions do cost a lot more than public institutions. So yeah, that's something to consider if you don't speak French at all. You will also have to get used to how the French system and criteria works, which is a handful, to be honest. Even to this day, there's so many things that I don't understand. There's just so many things that you have to get used to, and there's so many things that are so specific to France that you wouldn't see anywhere else in the world. Beginning with the fact that the French grading system is out of 20. Like, which other country does that? Also, if you didn't know, the French education puts a lot of emphasis on theory instead of practical work. There are just so many little things that you will have to get used to if you choose to come to study in France. Okay, so the next pro of studying in France is the student aids and the discounts. In my opinion, France is an extremely student-friendly country. Under certain circumstances, students, and yes, even international students, can apply for scholarships, health insurance, financial aids, housing aids. Beyond this, students can also work part-time on a student visa. And if all that's not enough, France has a lot of student discounts, including your transportation fees, cinema tickets, museum tickets, and even some tourist attractions offer discounts for students, such as the Arc de Triomphe. So long story short, France is a really student-friendly country. Okay, so the next con is the fact that Paris specifically is extremely expensive. If you're looking into moving to Paris specifically, it is really expensive here, I'm not gonna lie. Paris is considered as one of the most expensive cities to live in all around the world, especially the apartment prices and the service. I find them extremely expensive, especially compared to other cities in Europe. So this could be a little bit challenging if you're a student on a tight budget. Although I'm not saying it's impossible. If there is a will, there is a way. I'm just saying that it might be a little bit difficult for you to get by, and you might also have to work part-time. So yeah, one of my favorite things about studying in Paris specifically is that it's filled with people from all around the world. I get to meet so many different nationalities nationalities. I honestly consider it a gift to be able to meet so many people with different views on life and experiences and backgrounds. It is an amazing thing to be able to experience so many cultures within one city. I really love this part of studying in France. And the very last pro of studying in France is France in it itself. In my opinion, France is an amazing country that is filled with culture, nature, good food, great wine, and a variety of nationalities. Living in Paris, I feel like there's always something to do, new people to meet, exhibitions to see, concerts, art galleries. There's always something to do here. You really cannot be bored. Also, another huge pro is that from France, it's really easy to travel around Europe. I mean, when we will be able to travel around again, you can get to Spain, to Italy, to Belgium, to Switzerland in no time. Also, another thing that I like about France is the laid-back lifestyle. Even though it can be a little bit annoying at times when they take ages to get anything done, but for the majority of cases, I really appreciate how important it is for them to spend time with people they cherish and to relax as well instead of just overworking themselves. Because of all of these reasons, I honestly think that France is an amazing country to be a student in, and it's very fulfilling both mentally and culturally as well. And I'm really happy that I chose to come to study in France. So that was my 2 cents about studying in France. I hope that you found it helpful, and I hope that it will help you to decide whether or not coming to France to study is a good option for you. However you decide, I wish you good luck with your studies. So I think that this is the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Just again, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Bye!